Hello there, and welcome to another video. I think this is the 91st episode of our Wizard101 playthrough. And today, we're going to be going into Mooshu. So let's just get right into it. We're not going to talk very much longer. And so now, this is one of the worlds that's also... The water has been redone. A few things have been redone. But this is where we start getting into the older areas of the game.
Greetings, traveler from the City of Wizards. It is always good to see someone from your world visit here in Mooshu. So you want to see the Emperor, Wizard? I have already said too much. No one may see His Imperial Majesty without permission from His Majesty's guard. However, I can save you some time. Go speak to the guard Noburu Akitami by the Jade Palace. If anyone can help you, he can.
This is kind of a similar world to Grizzleheim in that you need to meet the king. But in this, it's a main quest, and you need to make sure you do it right.
Ah, you are the one who came through the spiral. Don't worry. I know you aren't with that vile Malistaire. Not too long ago, another visitor came through the spiral. She traveled through the Empire and wrote a history of Mooshu, then bound together her scrolls as a gift to our people. With all that's happened, her books have been scattered throughout Mooshu. If you find them in your travels, please return them to me, so I can preserve our proud heritage.
So now we're going to talk to Noburu Akitami.
Su Li sent you?
Noboru Akitami stares at you for a moment.
Very well, esteemed wizard. We are honored that you traveled so far to visit Mooshu.
We are no longer being told that we're a young wizard. Now we are considered wizard or esteemed wizard by Mooshu, as they are more formal and Chinese inspired just by their samurai design.
You seek His Majesty the Emperor, but another wizard such as you has already come before using the same beguiling words. Malistaire was his name. Since that unfortunate visit, no one may see His Imperial Majesty. We will make an exception only if you willingly submit to the tests of mind, body, and spirit. I must warn you that no one has ever passed all 3 tests, except for His Imperial Majesty himself. If you accept, Lopang will administer the first test by the rock garden.
He will, but first we're going to go to get a quest from Yoshido, or Toshio, excuse me.
Greetings, esteemed young wizard. I can help you. Versatility and the ability to complete multiple tasks at once are the hallmark of the master artisan.
He doesn't seem like he'd be mad at Felicia Worthington. He sounds very, very calm and with serenity. He doesn't seem like a person that would get mad at somebody.
Demonstrate to me that you are a skilled crafter, and I will in turn show you how you can increase your ability to craft many things at once. I humbly suggest you craft 2 magic rings of the type called the Seal of the Seraphim. Make those and show me your work, and we will continue your training.
He doesn't have any dialogue past this point. Strange. Seal of Seraphim. I'm gonna buy this. And we need to make 2 of them. And then there's one more thing that we need to go get, is Prospector Zeke's quest.
Hey there, young wizard. Those stray cats you found are sure liking their new homes. How's about helping me out with something else? Nice-looking blue oysters need to be kept in a pure environment. Instead, they've been strewn about the land. Gather them up and bring them back to me, and I'll give you a nice reward.
Alright, so there's already 2 here. And we'll just get them as we pass by. And if we don't pass by one of them, we will find them another way. So we will take a test of the mind, body, and spirit from Lopeng.
Greetings. I confess that I'm surprised Noboru Wakatami sent you. I have never administered the test of mind to anyone other than a monk. Welcome to the Rock Garden, esteemed wizard. I see you are anxious to pursue your quest. However, there are many evils loose in the spiral, and the one you seek to battle is but one of them. Still, to be as the Muda is to be at peace and pure of mind. I hope that the Rock Garden will lead you to peace as it has for me. Go now, enter and clear your mind. Afterwards, go inside the dojo and see what wisdom you can learn there. Come to me when you are finished with your journey. I will be able to tell if you are truly pure of mind.
You study the rocks and the patterns in the sand, and see the manifestation of inner peace and strength.
And before we go back to Lopeng, there is an oyster back here. And this is the second one. The other oyster is on the other side. So we'll go into the Rock Dojo. And we'll have to take a picture of this Celestial Book of Wisdom.
Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared.
That's a very, very good lesson. The happiness can always be lit at any time. You just have to choose to light it. Let's see if the audio's... Yep, it's fine.
Yes, you have learned much. You are on the path to the Muda. Remember to keep this inner peace within you, always. Return to the Emperor God Noboru Akatame with my best wishes.
So I've passed the test of inner peace and serenity.
Ah, Lo Peng says that you passed his test. I am now satisfied that you are pure of mind. I expect a wizard can easily pass the test of mind. But what about the test of body? For your second test, challenge Samurai Yoshimotoyo to a duel and defeat him with honor. He awaits you by the water dojo.
And right in the middle, you can already see it if you're just right here. If you can't see it, you're blind. There we go. Now we got the first one. And now we talk to Yoshimo, excuse me.
You wish to battle me? I would be honored. I've never faced a wizard. Let us prepare and meet again inside the dojo.
Do I really need anything? Let's just put that shield in, just in case. Okay, so I'm already quite over-leveled for this area at the current moment. So, he's just a standalone boss, and this is just to test your skills up to this point. It's not necessary to go overboard on this guy. So we're gonna use our volcanic shield. And these guys, I believe their species is a cow? Samurai? Cow? Yeah, I believe that's what it is. And I'm not getting very much pip luck this time around either, so... This has been consistent for a while. I don't know why it's been happening this way. I guess he wants to use life instead of storm to get around my magic. So there's 6. Plus 25%. Will this kill? It's okay. We'll wait another round. But he still gets another hit on me. I guess he doesn't want to go the storm route. He knows lightning bats, shark, anything that we've already seen before in Wisteria among storm casters, or among rank 5.
Impressive. It was an honor to fight you.
See if there's a book pedestal. Nope. There's no book pedestal. So we'll step out here. And we'll go back to Noboru Akatami. And one of the pictures that you have to... is Hua Young, and she's in the Yoshido Temple. She's like a merchant, and you have to go in this direction. There's a compass to get you around. So the Shoshan Village is behind you. Yometsu Village is the first area. Shoshan Village is the second area, and Yoshido Temple is the third area. So you have to complete all those areas to get to Jade Palace and complete the whole thing.
You walk like a victor. If you defeated Yoshimotoyo, you are indeed a formidable opponent. You must be a powerful wizard to pass the test of body, but your training can't help you pass the final test. One's true spirit cannot be disguised. Many would rather run than face the judgment of the Muda. If you are truly pure of spirit, visit the statue of the Muda at the center of the palace grounds and let your true spirit shine.
You stand before the statue of the Muda, and it suddenly speaks.
Young wizard, you have done much good in your time. The shining spirit of a true hero is evident in you. You have passed the test of spirit. Difficulties approach you, but do not despair. If you keep to clarity of mind, strength of body, and purity of spirit, you will ultimately triumph.
You passed the test. Most esteemed wizard, you are indeed pure of mind, body, and spirit. Forgive my lack of faith. I only thought of the safety of his benevolent majesty. Find my superior, the Jade Champion, within the Emperor's throne room. He will help deliver your message to his Imperial Majesty.
And as you can see, when we get inside, there's a book pedestal, and we'll realize that the Jade Champion is not well.
You passed the 3 tests? Noboru Akitame was bored, but wise to administer them to you. You are indeed welcome, and needed here.
The Jade Champion sighs with sadness as you deliver Ambrose's warning about Malistaire.
You are too late! The Wizard Malistaire already petitioned His Benevolent Majesty for the Spiral Key to Dragonspire. When His Imperial Majesty refused, that foul wizard cruelly wounded him and fled through the gate to Dragonspire. I could not stop him. Only His Imperial Majesty can grant you the Spiral Key. But his wound has made him gravely ill. I trust you to keep this a secret. We do not wish to frighten our people with fear for the Emperor's health. If you wish to use the Dragonspire Spiral Key, you must restore His Benevolent Majesty's health. Please speak with Tan King, the High Monk.
Now,
he can tell you how.
Now this obelisk right here, usually at the end of Jade Palace, you come back here, and you take on the Jade Oni, or the Jade Demon. And if you defeat him, you can still use the obelisk and then the Jade Oni will appear again. So they're the king is
A strange
mortally
alliance led to
wounded.
the end of Khitan and Manju rule. This book begins. The monks who followed Muda spoke out. The samurai servants of the three great clans rose up to free the emperor. The emperor took the name of one of these brave samurai, Heiji. He restored the philosophy of Kaiyang Fuzi to the country, and he opened the spiral only to those most worthy. Ever since, Mooshu emperors have ruled a peaceful land with the help of the clan's samurai and the Muda's monks, who rely on swords and prayers rather than spiral magic.
So now let's talk to Tan Kang and see what he wants for us.
Thank you for seeking me out. Whether it is your need for the Dragon Spire Spiral Key or the Muda's invisible hand that brought you here, I am grateful for your help, Wizard. We have a large task ahead of us. In order to heal His Imperial Majesty, we must restore his mind, body, and spirit. All is not well. While His Imperial Majesty inwardly fights for purity of spirit, the people fight each other on land. Warlord Katsumori has taken His Benevolent Majesty's sword and plunged us into war. I've always believed in the tie between the Emperor and the land, but never witnessed it until now. If we cure His Imperial Majesty's spirit, we may well end the war. Will you help us? The spirit of a samurai resides in his sword, so we must recover His Imperial Majesty's sword from Warlord Katsumori. Samurai Shojiro Gama at Hamatsu Village can tell you more.
So this area is pretty different. In Wizard City, you go on streets. In Krakatopia, you're inside of excavated areas in a pyramid. In Marleybone, you are going over rooftops, and now you are in this area.
Wizard, you arrive at a fateful time. Perhaps with your assistance, the tide of war will turn. We have dishonored His Imperial Majesty. If this village falls, all is lost. Our once peaceful warlord has scattered our forces, and
Gama grimaces as he clutches his side.
I have no strength. I am ashamed to ask. But can you rescue my missing men trapped in the outskirts of the village? Return. We are recovering from the last attack. If my wound continues to trouble me, I won't be able to help this village. I hate to ask, but could you bring me goji berries from the forest? They may help my wound.
The village is still burning from the attack. We tried our best, but we need help. Please, revered wizard, you must do something. Go to the well for a bucket of water and put out the fires. Our village depends on it.
You gather some water from the well.
We have to put out some fires because even though the enemy isn't really here, you can't see them. The game works like this. Don't question it. Here is the Hametsu Village oyster. If you walk to the left, you will find it.
Our food! The Sanzoko bandits have taken all of our food. How will we survive? Please, revered wizard, take our food back from those bandits, or my family will go hungry.
And, you know, like Shattertusk, it counts as pigs, and these bandits count as pigs as well. So they'll go under the category of being Mooshu. Now you don't want to go this way, because that will be the Tataki outpost, and that'll happen later. We'll do that at a different time.
You've saved us! Surely you must be sent by His Benevolent Majesty himself. Thank you.
And there we go. Now we must go to Bazanzaku Bandits and collect some stolen food. We'll use this, and these guys are comparable to the not Merkholm Keep enemies, to the Vigrid Roughland enemies, and the Wisterian enemies. So they're not much different. These guys are a bit stronger than Wisteria, and the bosses also have more health. But you should get through no problem if you've done a bunch of side quests. And bop. Defeated that guy. Sometimes what I like to do is, I like to use my wand hit, and then I use my balance blade, and then hex, and then using a judgment spell. Because usually by that time, I have enough to hit and deal enough damage. And if it's not necessary, then I don't need to do that. And then I can just use judgment early if I feel like there's enough damage output. So it makes the battles a lot faster. So here we go. Let's see if we get a good pip. And there we go. So we're gonna skip past using a blade. And easy pickings. And we've collected 2 out of the 3 things of stolen food that we need already. And look at how many pigs there are. There's so many pigs. Look. Look. Look at this. And on this turn, I'm going to use my wand hit again. And then I'm going to hit, basically attack for game. I wonder if this will actually do the damage that it needs to do. I believe it will. They're defending themselves with storm shields. It's very common for these types of opponents to try to block the other type so that because they know that your damage output boosts damage. So they're going to try to prevent that in any way that they can. Can they use something? Oh, they can also use storm attacks, even if they are myth. So sometimes it doesn't matter what type they are. Sometimes they'll just use the opposite just because. Even if it doesn't seem like it makes sense at the face of it, it makes sense to them. So there we go. We will go back to Zhou Fang. And we're trying to get as much done in this short time as fast as possible, so we can already get through to Crimson Fields by the time we get to episode 3.
You've brought back the food those bandits took from us. Thank you, great wizard. Now we will not starve. Thank you again.
And so we'll talk to High Bow over here.
Esteemed wizard, could you help this humble village? In times of peace, we have a patrol that serves to keep the trolls out of our village. Now, with our men fighting bandits and the warlord's forces, the trolls are making the most of it. Please defeat the trolls and let them know it is still not safe for them to come into the village.
Now we'll have to look at where these guys are in relation to the teleporter stones. So we'll find one of them over here.
An emissary of His Imperial Majesty. If you have cleared the way, I will make it back. Thank you, revered wizard.
And then we will use the green one. And as you can see, there are bushes filled with goji berries. They do respawn after a certain time if you grab them. So you are fine to grab them.
You've rescued me. What an honor. I can make it back to fight on my own.
And there we go. That's 2 out of 4 done. And there we go. We have found those things that we need. Oh, I'm dumb. We already collected them.
I'm free. I will return to Samurai Gama. You have my thanks, humble that they are.
You'll notice that the different worlds have different teleporter stones with different symbols on them. Like how it shows in Marleybone
I never
how
thought I would
industrial
live to see
everything.
a wizard. Thank you. I can't wait to return and fight.
After we talk to Sojiro Gama, we will pause the video and then come back. And the teleporter stone is over here. So we'll take it back. And these are 2 quests that are stacking, so we get to complete both of them.
You found the missing men. I thank you. Perhaps we may yet honor His Imperial Majesty and retrieve his sword. The berries are exactly what I need and in perfect condition. You do me great service by bringing them. The evil warlord Katsumori stole our weapons, and now my men must combat the enemy with only their bare fists. Kotsumori shamefully attacked while we were celebrating the Festival of Lights. If you can retrieve those weapons, we will bring shame upon him. Weapons were in crates, so look for those.